But the isn't communistic promotion how harks behind to common Cold War days. The easy fresco of Xi Jinping colored on the party of a dust side in the little countryside is a contemporary day sanctuary to China's new CEO for lifetime. The picture sits in the medium of Liangjiahe, wherever Xi consumable his forming year residing in cavern homes and work as a youthful communistic side personnel. It has been converted in a topic garden of kinds, devoted to increasing a mythology how paints Xi as a defend of the rank. You can pay 60 renminbi, on $10, for a round manual to show you wherever Xi slept, the so he helping excavate, and to listen stories on how unselfish he was. The worship-like admiration Xi has encouraged is tangible there and shows how Xi's history is creature utilized to legalize his next house very potential to see him guideline China indefinitely following President period framework were remote of the basic law. A rites of passageway for youthful China love millions of youthful human beings of big cities. Xi was shipped to the one-day hard-scrabble countryside for de-education, by orders of Mao for the bustling 1966 to 1976 culture coup. Xi ended up in the diminutive and poor Liangjiahe, hundreds of miles off of the chair of force. In comparison with lordship downward youthful, Xi hadn't been a Red Guardsman, the team substantially accountable for the abuse how described the previous year of the culture coup. But Mao as well requested so to do town dwellers love Xi, who was the son of a top-ranking formal, to get a feeling of how hard lifetime was for impoverished farmers. Currently, thousands of aspiring communistic side members herd to the website every monthly, thirsty to show how they wish to find out of the experiences of the side's largest essential man in many decades. One joke the round guide's stake is how Xi was awarded in a bike for making nice job but he rotated it downward, selecting instead of to buy two machines how could mill maize for the countryside. The guides go for miles every day tiring heavy blazers, fur skirts, and heels in swift warmth. Sport whites gloves and keeping an parasol to panel her of the sunshine. Our excellently done-up youthful manual shows us the 3 cavern homes wherever Xi lived for his 7-year remain. Old villagers who lived there the identical period as Xi appear thirsty to stake old memories. The countryside has benefited beautifully of its associate in Xi. Wherever one day down there was no fleeing water supply, the city now has laid roads, wood-lined walkways and a shiny guest center vendors sale all of ice cream to brush-made hatchets. A worship of identity the countryside has been a ultimate sample of the worship of identity Xi has promoted with take monitoring of the almost 90 millionth strong communistic side in deceased 2012. He's portion of the cause, scholars tell, how he has been so success in unifying policy force. The identity worship constructed about Xi, the anachronistic dissemination of greater-than-life artistic achievements of Xi will be reinforced as length as he is the governor, told Willie Lam, a prof at the China College of Post-Kong and a long China observer. Since he perhaps believes these above-the-top eulogies job for the most of common China who don't thoroughness on policy, he told. Xi's 4 Cs has been equivalent components success and rapid. Critics say his famous against corruption driving was a mercilessly efficient way to cleansing his policy enemies. He rapidly supplied essential official position during by the government in his lieutenants and proteges, and tight side monitoring above country print. At recent year's side convention, Xi oversaw the create of a new permanent board, the nation's top judgment-making flesh how turned on not just his allies, but no evident heir. Back to a man guideline on Sunday, Xi began his other period but he's hardly to be his recent. The nation's tire stamp parliament has as well remote a constitution paragraph how bounded presidents to 2 serial 5-year regulation. Critics include reasoned how the is a back to the type of a man guideline China has not seen with the Mao year. As a individual, of year I include a feeling of historic liability, told Li Datung, a ex-text editor of the country-run China youthful everyday paper and one of the few sounding of outdoor opposition. As a man, I thoroughness on which my family and grandchildren believe of me. Down there is a terror amongst critics. Lovely how China could be revisiting a more dark time of its story, while Mao's untested force led to a episode of fatal initiatives, finished in the culture coup in that millions of China dead. Xi's own household was a sacrifice of Mao's whims. His dad, elder political figure Xi Zongxun, was hunted and concluded up and for the culture coup. Time lot youthful China shipped to villages love Xi lose their belief in the side, Xi's own feeling of customer loyalty grew.